Hi there, I'm Erin Ireland and welcome to Novus Free Talk. With Mother's Day just around the corner, I sometimes worry about grandmas getting left out. So today is all about them. I'm looking for your most endearing and funny grandma stories. Is this your grandma?
That is my grandma.
Oh, okay. Our topic is grandmas and I want to know if you have any funny stories about her. But she can't listen.
I don't know. I don't really know any funny stories.
Oh.
One time my grandma wanted me to go get her something to drink. And then my mom was like, no, he can stay there, you can get it yourself. And she was like, no, get me a drink. That's the funniest thing. My grandma was, I love my grandma.
I was staying at my grandma's because my mom and dad were on a cruise. And I was going to bed one night when I said to grandma,
What'd you say? Come on, in your own words.
I'll burn your house down.
My grandmother was an escort in the 1960s. She divorced her husband when her kids were old enough to leave, and she worked as a prostitute, basically.
Because he said the sooner that grandma's house isn't there, he'd be able to go back home to his mom and dad.
Something funny about my grandma.
You seem like a funny guy. You seem like you have something funny.
Let's talk about you. I don't want to talk about...
I don't like to talk about myself. Oh, well. No, really. Let's down to business here. Grandmas.
One time I forgot my lunch in grade 4, and we had glass walls, and my grandma, she came up to the school and she was like peeking in it like this, and she was in her pajamas and she was knocking on the window trying to give me my lunch.
My grandma has some cool anecdotes about the war.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds funny.
I used to hate it because she always served me warm milk.
Warm milk?
Yeah, people in Britain just drink warm milk.
Took me to a park near my kindergarten.
Yeah.
And she wanted to push me, of course, but I wanted to push her.
You wanted to push your grandma on the swing?
She was a bit of a bigger lady.
Oh, okay.
So I went to push her and the poor lady fell in a big puddle of mud.
We're catching grandmas. Excuse me, ladies, can I ask you a question? Are either of you grandmas?
Pardon
Are
me?
you a grandma?
No, I'm
Oh,
not.
you're not a grandma? Okay. Sorry, no offense. Hello, excuse me, are you a grandma? Are you a grandma?
Oh,
you're
sorry
not
to
a
say I'm not, no.
Are you a grandma? Are you a grandma?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? No? Okay. Oh, okay, it's okay. You can go. Are you a grandma? You are a grandma. We found one. There aren't many of you here in the mall today.
Yep, I'm going to be a great grandma.
Are you? Well, you are the perfect candidate. We just have a question for you. So our topic is grandmas today. I'm wondering, do you think your family would be able to share any funny stories about you with us? Like, do you think you do anything funny that the family...
Oh, yes, but I really don't want to say.
You don't want to say?
No.
It's too funny.
Yeah, too funny.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Grandmas are so funny, and that's why I love them.
No, my grandma can't really speak English.
Well, I mean, she could still be funny in Chinese.
Vietnamese.
Sorry, Vietnamese. Hard to tell sometimes. It looks like we've interrupted one of those worldwide movements where people plan to all do the same thing. So this is a frozen area. So we're going to interview one of the frozen people and see if we can crack them. Okay. So we're talking about grandmas today. I'm wondering if you have any funny grandma stories.
I can't remember the last thing my grandma did that was funny.
It doesn't not have to be the last thing she did. Funny grandma stories. Shoot.
She always hugs me.
She always hugs you. Well, sounds like a great grandma. Do you like that?
I have 2.
You have 2 grandmas. Good. I'm glad they're both still alive.
I can tell you a bunch of funny stories, but nothing with my grandma because my grandma's not really that funny.
Well, okay, but you could tell me a bunch of funny stories, though?
What do you want to hear a funny story about?
Well, you just sound like you have a lot. You said you did. I'm just putting you to the test.
No, this sucks. This sucks. What's a funny story?
You're 5. Can you guess how old I am?
I can jump so high. Look,
You can't count that high?
that's how high.
My grandma gets up in the middle of the night every night to make lots of food that she doesn't eat.
He really likes cars. Like, what's your favorite car?
I can do a split.
Let's see, right here. Come on, put your mouth. Come on. That was good. He's a gymnast. Thank you so much. We're going to end on that because we couldn't get any better. Thank you for chatting with us today. Have fun shopping. And this segment is dedicated to my wonderful Granny Betty, who was so caring that she once bought Tommy Hilfiger perfume from a homeless man, wore it every day, and refused to believe that it could be a knockoff. She was the best. I'm Erin Ireland. Thanks for watching Novus Free Talk.